Hi, my name is Priyal Himanshu Kapadia. My student ID is S2247411685. And today I'm going to explain my task 2.3C. 2.3C. And the task is called mytime.c, my time. Um, I will explain the class my time, and then we'll go to the um, test my time. That is the main class, and yeah, that is the main function, I would say. And let's start with, I'll explain all of them, all the functions of the task in detail one by one. Firstly, we have instantiated like three private variables. These are like hour, minutes, and seconds. All of them are in type integer. And then there is this first function which we have made where it checks that whether the hours input is valid or not. We have kept it boolean so that when it returns true or false, we can use it later. I'll explain that later because it comes in the later part. This is the same is valid minute integer m. Like whatever we input, it will check that if it is greater than 0 and it is less than 59, because obviously, and like the real life structure. And then there's this valid second, same 0 and 59. For hours it is 23. It is like 24 hours clock. So like we are keeping it 0 to 23 and again 0. And now I have initialized the default constructor. I have set the time to 000. I have made it public. The hours is set as 0, minute is set as 0, second is set as 0. Now I have parameterized the constructor with validation, like I'm doing the parameters construction with validation, in which we are going to use the first function which I explained, that the boolean is valid hours is valid minutes. I'm going to use that thing over here later. So firstly, I have like initialized. I have set the time uh, with the inputs of the user, like what is the integer, like what is the hour, what is the minute, and what is the second. And then I have validated these setters, like the mutators, using the boolean is valid hour, is valid minute, is valid seconds, as you can see over here. I have I have made it public. It's void because it returns nothing for now. And I've set the time. I'm taking the hour input, minute input, and second input, and the input is taken and it is validated by the is valid hour, is valid minute, and is valid second function. And then if it is validated, then this dot r sets the r input as the r of the like r, like this one r, like this r, the private integer r. It sets the value for r as r input. And if it is not, then it throws an invalid error. Public void set hours, same thing. Firstly, we have made a function called set time. Set times takes the time together, and set hours only sets the hour to something. Set minute sets the only minute to something, and set seconds sets seconds to something. Then I have got the same thing: get hour, get minute, get second. It returns just the minute, hour, and second. That's it. Now there is one thing which is like public my time next second. So my time is like how we describe like what this like how the function would what the function would return. We describe the type is that, like, if, like, see, as we can see that this is gonna return an integer, second is an integer, so we have set the type over here int. While the my time, while this function next second is gonna return one of the like characters from the class my time, that is the seconds. And hence we have put the type as my time, not really the type, but we have called it public my time next second. And similarly, it's for next minute and next hour. What we are doing is we plus seconds every time, and if it is more than 59, then we set it to 0 again. And that's what it is doing, like it sets the next second to like the second to 0, and then it again is returned to the same class. And as like at the as the output, it returns the current like the second. Similar thing is done for like next minute and next hour. And similarly the same thing is done for like previous second, like if it is less than 0, then it does not go to -1 or anything like that. It sets the second to 59, and previous minute it sets to 59, previous hour it sets to 23. That's it. And then we are overriding. Okay, so this one's new. We have used override over here so that every time we use toString, we can return a specific way of output. Like we are going to use this toString into like test my times. So every time we call toString, the override, it will like the thing we have described over here will override the toString function. Like every time we call toString function, we can override it. It can return the specific type of output we want, and the same thing is done over here. um Now let's get to test my time class. I have tested the default constructor over here as we described in this thing. So like, see, as we know, the toString, this thing will be overridden by this function. Like every time we call toString, it is gonna it is gonna print the output in this manner, like this particular manner. Yep, that's what I meant. Um, then we have tested the classes and the functions which we have just created in mytime.cs. In test mytime.cs, we are testing it, and mytime.cs is the file where all the functions and classes and everything is built. We have tested the I have tested the test the I've tested the constructor. I have tested the parameterized constructor. Then I have tested the setters. I have tested the next second, like at the endpoint. I have tested the previous second at the endpoint. Test set time with invalid inputs as well. Now, as you can see, I have written comments on everything so that it is easier for like when it is checked, and it is easier for me as well, because it really takes a long time and the video gets too long. I'll run the code and show you the practical representation as well. As we run, I have set it some values. If you want, I can, if needed, I can change it as well and do and run the program. But like we have tested my time, the output will be there. So I'll show you in the output how it is working. So firstly, what it will done is it will print default time, that is the 000, it is expected. Now we have initialized a parameterized constructor that is 12 hour, 30 minutes and 45 seconds. So it will print parameterized time colon and the inputs which we have set it. And now set timer, this will change the hours, minutes and seconds. Okay, like of the time to which we have defined above, right above. So as you can see, the default time as the expected output, the parameter as constructor is expected output as well. After setting, we have got time to dot string, that is 23 59 59. As you can see, after setting it has got to this, and after setting to like this, and then the next second at the boundary, next second after this is this, as you can see over here. And then the previous second after 000 is, after we set the time to 000, it is 23 59 59. We have got we have got an unexpected error because because we tried with invalid inputs, that is 25000, and it was not defined. So we have got the expected error as well. Yep, that's all. That was the task. Thank you.